used to talk like time was endless, like tomorrow didn't exist. Every silence felt comfortable, every touch felt innocent. Now we sit across the table with so much we won't say. The space between our breathing is where our love began to fade. Your eyes don't stay on mine anymore, they wander like they're lost. I pretend not to notice, but I feel the cost. Every smile feels rehearsed, every laugh arrives too late. I didn't hear love breaking, I just watched us fade. I told myself this happens slowly, that love doesn't disappear. But I ignored the warning signs because losing you was my fear. I thought staying quiet would save us, that patience meant we'd be okay. But silence never fixes anything, it only teaches hearts to drift away. I watched us fade right in front of me. I watched the warmth turn cold so quietly. I had words I never used, feelings I never showed. I didn't fight for us, I watched us fade and let go. You stopped asking how I was, I stopped asking too. We learned how to exist together without saying what was true. Your hand doesn't reach for mine like it used to do. We both pretend it doesn't hurt, but we both know it's true. I remember late night promises set under softer skies. Now we avoid each other's eyes like truth is something we survive. I thought love meant staying calm, not making things too real. But love needs honesty more than it needs to heal. I felt the distance growing, but I stayed where I was. I hoped love would return on its own like it always does. I didn't want to start a fight, I didn't want to lose, so I chose to lose us slowly by refusing to choose. I watched us fade while calling it time. I watched your heart move away while holding on to mine. I stood beside you silently while everything fell apart. I didn't lose you suddenly, I watched us fade heart by heart. We didn't end in anger, we ended in quiet. Now memories feel heavier than they used to be. Every place we love together feels like it's mocking me. I replay every moment where I could have tried, but fear always spoke louder, and I listened every time. You needed reassurance, I needed to be brave, but I mistook comfort for something worth saving. I thought love would stay forever if I didn't push too hard. I didn't realize distance can break the strongest hearts. I watched us fade and I stayed still. I let uncertainty decide against my will. I thought not changing anything would somehow make it last, but love that never moves forward is love that lives in the past. If I could return to the beginning, I'd speak before the silence grew. I'd tell you every fear I hid instead of losing you. I'd ask if you were okay instead of assuming you were fine. I'd choose honesty over comfort every single time. We didn't break because we hated. We didn't end in flames. We broke because we stopped trying and called it being safe. I thought love meant staying steady, never shaking the ground. But love means standing honest, even when everything might fall down. I still feel you next to me, even when you're gone. Still reaching out instinctively, like my heart doesn't know you moved on. I kept hoping you'd come back without me saying a word. But hope without action is just another way to get hurt. I watched us fade, and now I see that love doesn't survive on memory. It needs a voice. I learned your habits before I learned your fears. The way you smiled when you tried to hide your tears. I memorized the sound of your breathing when you slept, and all the promises I never even meant. The room was quiet, but my heart was loud. Every time you spoke, I faded into the crowd. I stood so close, but I stayed unseen, loving you softly, somewhere in between. I held my words like fragile glass, afraid that truth would never last. So I chose the safest way to stay, by never standing in your way. I told myself love should be patient, that waiting meant I cared. But patience slowly turned to fear, and fear kept me unprepared. I watched you search for something real, while I hid what I felt inside. I convinced myself that silence was a gentler kind of love to give. I loved you without asking, without letting you know. I carried every feeling, but I let the moment go. I stood beside you smiling while my heart was breaking. saw the signs I chose to ignore. The way your eyes search for more. You needed honesty, not time, but I kept drawing thinner lines. I laughed when love was mentioned, like it didn't tear me apart. Every joke was just protection for the truth inside my heart. I thought if I stayed quiet, you would never walk away. But silence slowly taught you I had nothing real to say. I practiced every confession alone at night with shaking hands, but courage always disappeared right where I chose to stand. I thought love meant not hurting you, so I swallowed all my pain, never realizing losing you would hurt us both the same. I loved you without asking, without risking anything. I chose the safety of my fear over the truth love brings. I watched you fall for someone else while I pretended I was strong. I loved you without asking, and I loved you already. If loving quietly was enough, you would still be here. But love needs a voice, not just silent tears. Now every place reminds me of who I used to be, the version of myself who never let you see. I replay all the moments where I could have changed our fate, but I chose maybe later, and now it's always too late. You deserved a love that reached for you, not one that stayed afraid, not a heart that hid behind excuses and learned too late to say your name. I don't blame you for leaving. You waited as long as you could. I was there but never present when you needed me to be understood. I loved you without asking, without letting myself fall. I built a world of quiet love that meant nothing at all. I thought staying near was enough to keep you close to me, but love without courage is just another way to leave. If I could go back, I'd let my voice break, I'd let my hands shake, I'd risk every mistake, I'd say your name, even if you turned away, because losing you silently was the worst choice I made. I thought love meant protecting you from confusion and pain, but love means standing honest even when nothing stays the same. I hid behind being gentle, but gentleness can still lie. I should have chosen truth instead of watching us slowly die. I loved you in my head, in the safest way I knew, but love that never breathes was never fair to you. I was afraid affection, so I chose regret instead. Now your absence speaks louder than anything I never said. I loved you without asking, without giving you a choice. I kept my heart beating. I learned your habits before I learned your fears. The way you smiled when you tried to hide your tears. I memorized the sound of your breathing when you slept, and all the promises I never even meant. The room was quiet, but my heart was loud. Every time you spoke, I faded into the crowd. I stood so close, but I stayed unseen, loving you softly, somewhere in between. I held my words like fragile glass, afraid that truth would never last. So I chose the safest way to stay, by never standing in your way. I told myself love should be patient, that waiting meant I cared. But patience slowly turned to fear, and fear kept me unprepared. I watched you search for something real while I hid what I felt inside. I convinced myself that silence was a gentler kind of love to give. I loved you without asking, without letting you know. I carried every feeling, but I let the moment go. I stood beside you smiling while my heart was breaking through. I loved you without asking, and I lost you without you knowing too. I saw the sign I chose to ignore, the way your eyes search for more. You needed honesty, not time, but I kept drawing thinner lines. I laughed when love was mentioned, like it didn't tear me apart. Every joke was just protection for the truth inside my heart. I thought if I stayed quiet, you would never walk away. But silence slowly taught you I had nothing real to say. I practiced every confession alone at night with shaking hands, but courage always disappeared right where I chose to stand. I thought love meant not hurting you, so I swallowed all my pain, never realizing losing you would hurt us both the same. I loved you without asking, without risking anything. I chose the safety of my fear over the truth love brings. I watched you fall for someone else while I pretended I was strong. I loved you without asking, and I loved you overall. If loving quietly was enough, you would still be but love needs a voice, not just silent tears. Now every place reminds me of who I used to be, the version of myself who never let you see. I replay all the moments where I could have changed our fate, but I chose maybe later, and now it's always too late. You deserve the love that reached for you, not one that stayed afraid, not a heart that hid behind excuses and learned too late to say your name. I don't blame you for leaving, you waited as long as you could. I was there but never present when you needed me to be understood. I loved you without asking, without letting myself fall. I built a world of quiet love that meant nothing at all. I thought staying near was enough to keep you close to me, but love without courage is just another way to leave. If I could go back, I'd let my voice break, I'd let my hand shake, I'd risk every mistake, I'd say your name, even if you turned away, because losing you silently was the worst choice I made. I thought love meant protecting you from confusion and pain, but love means standing honest, even when nothing stays the same. I hid behind being gentle, but gentleness can still lie. I should have chosen truth instead of watching us slowly die. I loved you in my head, in the safest way I knew, but love that never breathes was never fair to you. I was afraid of rejection, so I choose regret instead. Now your absence speaks louder than anything I never said. I loved you without asking. The room was holding its breath like it knew something I didn't say. Your eyes were waiting for mine, but I looked the other way. The air felt heavy with truth, hanging between you and me. One step closer was all it took, but fear stood in front of me. I heard my heartbeat screaming, louder than your voice. Every second begged me to finally make a choice, but I smiled like nothing mattered, like I wasn't terrified inside. That was the night I learned how easily a moment dies. I told myself not now, I told myself not tonight. I said I'd speak when the timing felt right, but timing never came, and courage stayed away, while everything important slipped quietly into yesterday. I let the moment die, in front of your eyes. I let the truth stay buried behind a practiced smile. I had everything to say, but I swallowed every line. I didn't lose you slowly, I let the moment die. Your laugh tried to pull me closer, your hand brushed against mine. I felt the future tremble for just a heartbeat of time. You waited for a signal, something honest, something real, but I gave you nothing back except the way I learned to feel. I watched the hope fade softly from the way you said my name, like you already understood that things would never change. I told myself love shouldn't rush, that patience meant I cared, but patience was just fear wearing a gentler face. I thought if I stayed silent, I could keep you near, but silence slowly taught you there was nothing here. I chose to protect my heart instead of risking pain, and that's how love slipped through my hands without ever knowing my name. I let the moment die when it was begging to live. I chose to hold my breath instead of all I could give. You stood right there waiting, but I ran out of time. I didn't lose you by leaving, I let the moment die. Love knocked once, I didn't answer. Now the echo is all that's left. Now every place feels haunted by who I used to be, the version of myself too afraid to let you see. I replay that second endlessly, where everything could change, but I stayed quiet and convinced myself that love would wait. You deserved a heart that reached for you, not one that stayed behind, not someone who stood frozen when the universe aligned. I don't blame you for walking away. You waited as long as you could. I was there in body, but never brave enough to be understood. I let the moment die and called it being strong. I told myself I was protecting us, but I was wrong. I thought love would understand that fear was part of me, but love needs movement, love needs honesty. If I could return to that second, I'd let my hand shake, I'd let my voice break, I'd risk every mistake, I'd say your name even if you turned away, because silence became the loudest choice I've ever made. I thought love meant waiting until I felt no fear, But love means stepping forward even when everything's unclear. I hid behind being careful, behind maybe someday. Now someday is a memory that faded away. I still talk to you in my head like you're standing here, still rehearsing words you'll never hear. I kept my heart locked away like that was something wise, but locked hearts don't survive, they just quietly die. I let the moment die, and I live with it now. Every what if, every silent vow. I had your attention, I had your time. The room was holding its breath like it knew something I didn't say. Your eyes were waiting for mine, but I looked the other way. The air felt heavy with truth, hanging between you and me. One step closer was all it took, but fear stood in front of me. I heard my heartbeat screaming louder than your voice. Every second begged me to finally make a choice, but I smiled like nothing mattered, like I wasn't terrified inside. That was the night I learned how easily a moment dies. I told myself not now, I told myself not tonight. I said I'd speak when the timing felt right, but timing never came, and courage stayed away, while everything important slipped quietly into yesterday. I let the moment die right in front of your eyes. I let the truth stay buried behind a practiced smile. I had everything to say, but I swallowed every line. I didn't lose you slowly, I let the moment die. Your laugh tried to pull me closer, your hand brushed against mine. I felt the future tremble for just a heartbeat of time. You waited for a signal, something honest, something real, but I gave you nothing back except the way I learned to feel. I watched the hope fade softly from the way you said my name, like you already understood that things would never change. I told myself love shouldn't rush, that patience meant I cared, but patience was just fear wearing a gentler face. I thought if I stayed silent, I could keep you near, but silence slowly taught you there was nothing here. I chose to protect my heart instead of risking pain, and that's how love slipped through my hands without ever knowing my name. I let the moment die when it was begging to live. I chose to hold my breath instead of all I could give. You stood right there waiting, but I ran out of time. I didn't lose you by leaving. I let the moment die. Love knocked once, I didn't answer. Now the echo is all that's left. Now every place feels haunted by who I used to be, the version of myself too afraid to let you see. I replay that second endlessly, where everything could change, but I stayed quiet and convinced myself that love would wait. You deserved a heart that reached for you, not one that stayed behind, not someone who stood frozen when the universe aligned. I don't blame you for walking away. You waited as long as you could. I was there in body, but never brave enough to be understood. I let the moment die and called it being strong. I told myself I was protecting us, but I was wrong. I thought love would understand that fear was part of me, but love needs movement. Love needs honesty. If I could return to that second, I'd let my hands shake, I'd let my voice break, I'd risk every mistake, I'd say your name even if you turned away, because silence became the loudest choice I'd ever made. I thought love meant waiting until I felt no fear, but love means stepping forward even when everything's unclear. I hid behind being careful, behind maybe someday. Now someday is a memory that faded away. I still talk to you in my head like you're standing here, still rehearsing words you'll never hear. I kept my heart locked away like that was something wise, but locked hearts don't survive. They just quietly die. I'm at the moment die. We used to talk like time was endless, like tomorrow didn't exist. Every silence felt comfortable, every touch felt innocent. Now we sit across the table with so much we won't say. The space between our breathing is where our love began to fade. Your eyes don't stay on mine anymore. They wander like they're lost. I pretend not to notice, but I feel the cost. Every smile feels arrest. Every laugh arrives too late. I didn't hear love breaking, I just watched us fade. I told myself this happens slowly, that love doesn't disappear. But I ignored the warning signs, because losing you was my fear. I thought staying quiet would save us, that patience meant we'd be okay. But silence never fixes anything, it only teaches hearts to drift away. I watched us fade right in front of me. I watched the warmth turn cold so quietly. I had words I never used, feelings I never showed. I didn't fight for us, I watched us fade and let go. You stopped asking how I was, I stopped asking too. We learned how to exist together without saying what was true. Your hand doesn't reach for mine like it used to do. We both pretend it doesn't hurt, but we both know it's true. I remember late night promises set under softer skies. Now we avoid each other's eyes, like truth is something we survive. I thought love meant staying calm, not making things too real. But love needs honesty more than it needs to heal. I felt the distance growing, but I stayed where I was. I hoped love would return on its own, like it always does. I didn't want to start a fight, I didn't want to lose. So I chose to lose us slowly by refusing to choose. I watched us fade, we'll call it time. I watched your heart move away while holding on to mine. I stood beside you silently while everything fell apart. I didn't lose you suddenly, I watched us fade, heart by heart. We didn't end in anger, we ended in quiet. Now memories feel heavier than they used to be. Every place we love together feels like it's mocking me. I replay every moment where I could have tried, but fear always spoke louder, and I listened every time. You needed reassurance, I needed to be brave, but I mistook comfort for something worth saving. I thought love would stay forever if I didn't push too hard. I didn't realize distance can break the strongest hearts. I watched us fade and words stayed still. I let uncertainty decide against my will. I thought not changing anything would somehow make it last, but love that never moves forward is love that lives in the past. If I could return to the beginning, I'd speak before the silence grew. I'd tell you every fear I hid instead of losing you. I'd ask if you were okay instead of assuming you were fine. I choose honesty over comfort every single time. We didn't break because we hated. We didn't end in flames. We broke because we stopped trying and called it being safe. I thought love meant staying steady, never shaking the ground. But love means standing honest, even when everything might fall down. I still feel you next to me, even when you're gone. Still reaching out instinctively, like my heart doesn't know you moved on. I kept hoping you'd come back. I remember the day like it was yesterday. The sunlight spilling on your face. Your laugh was soft, almost careless, and I watched, afraid to speak. I held my heart like it was fragile glass. Every word I wanted to say stayed trapped behind my lips, because I feared you'd see my weakness. The world moved slowly then, or maybe I was too slow. You reached for me in small ways, and I let my silence grow. I wanted to hold you closer, to tell you what I felt, but I chose to protect myself, and the moment slowly slipped. I told myself it wasn't the right time. I told myself love waits, but love doesn't wait for fear. It moves, it breaks, it takes. I had your attention, I had your smile, but I let hesitation guide me, and you drifted away mile by mile. The love I let slip slipped right through my hands. I had everything to say, but stayed silent instead. I watched your eyes wander, I watched your heart depart. I loved you quietly, and now I pay with a broken heart. I see you everywhere in songs I never listened to, in empty streets at midnight, in memories I can't lose. Every small gesture of yours, every whispered word haunts me softly in my chest, like a love I never heard. I thought holding back was kind, that silence would protect, but silence is cruel and protects nothing at all. You deserve my voice, not my fear or doubt, but I waited and I let the moment out. I imagined telling you one day that my heart was yours, but one day never came, and my courage became a curse. I told myself waiting was patience, but it was just delay. And every second I hesitated took your love further away. The love I let slip felt like rain I couldn't catch. I watched it scatter and fade into the past. I had everything to give, but gave nothing at all. I loved you quietly, and now I pay the cost. I let it go. And it's gone forever. Now nights are long and the silence screams. Every place we shared feels like broken dreams. I replay all the choices where I could have spoken, but fear held me tight, and I never awoken. I thought I was protecting you, I thought I was protecting me, but love isn't protection, it's honesty. You see, I didn't fight for us, I didn't risk the fall, and now I live with nothing, the emptiness of it all. The love I let slip, I can't call it back. Every memory aches, every shadow attacks. I had a chance to hold you, to tell you what was true, but I let fear take the lead and lost the love I knew. If I could rewind, I'd speak before the sun sets. I'd let my hands tremble, I'd let my heart confess. I'd say your name, even if you turned away, because silence is the cruelest thief. It steals the love you cannot pay. I watched hope fade while pretending to be calm. I didn't see the cracks until the world felt gone. Love isn't for the careful, it's for the brave, it's for the ones who risk it all, even when they ache. I still feel you near, even though you're far. I hear your laughter in my chest, I see your face in every star. I let it slip, and it's haunting me. Every quiet second is a reminder of what couldn't be. The love I let slip fell between our hands. I had the chance to stay, but I remember the day like it was yesterday. The sunlight spilling on your face. Your laugh was soft, almost careless, and I watched, afraid to speak. I held my heart like it was fragile glass. Every word I wanted to say stayed trapped behind my lips, because I feared you'd see my weakness. The world moved slowly then, or maybe I was too slow. You reached for me in small ways, and I let my silence grow. I wanted to hold you closer, to tell you what I felt, but I chose to protect myself, and the moment slowly slipped. I told myself it wasn't the right time. I told myself love waits, but love doesn't wait for fear. It moves, it breaks, it takes. I had your attention, I had your smile, but I let hesitation guide me, and you drifted away mile by mile. The love I let slip slipped right through my hands. I had everything to say, but stayed silent instead. I watched your eyes wander, I watched your heart depart. I loved you quietly, and now I pay with a broken heart. I see you everywhere, in songs I never listened to, in empty streets at midnight, in memories I can't lose. Every small gesture of yours, every whispered word, haunts me softly in my chest, like a love I never heard. I thought holding back was kind, that silence would protect, but silence is cruel and protects nothing at all. You deserve my voice, not my fear or doubt, but I waited, and I let the moment out. I imagine telling you one day that my heart was yours, but one day never came, and my courage became a curse. I told myself waiting was patience, but it was just delay, and every second I hesitated took your love further away. The love I let slip fell like rain I couldn't catch. I watched it scatter and fade into the past. I had everything to give, but gave nothing at all. I loved you quietly, and now I pay the cost. let it go. And it's gone forever. Now nights are long and the silence screams. Every place we shared feels like broken dreams. I replay all the choices where I could have spoken, but fear held me tight, and I never awoken. I thought I was protecting you, I thought I was protecting me, but love isn't protection, it's honesty, you see. I didn't fight for us, I didn't risk the fall, and now I live with nothing, the emptiness of it all. The love I let slip, I can't call it back. Every memory aches, every shadow attacks. I had a chance to hold you, to tell you what was true, but I let fear take the lead and lost the love I knew. If I could rewind, I'd speak before the sun sets. I'd let my hands tremble, I'd let my heart confess. I'd say your name even if you turned away, because silence is the cruelest thief. It steals the love you cannot pay. I watched hope fade while pretending to be calm. I didn't see the cracks until the world felt gone. Love isn't for the careful, it's for the brave, it's for the ones who risk it all. Even when they ache, I still feel you near, even though you're far. I hear your laughter in my chest, I see your face in every star. I let it slip, and it's haunting me. Every quiet second is a reminder of what couldn't be.